I love how you guys throw up the ones as if I'm an oos. I'm not, but thank you. I am the ace, though. Don't let anybody fool you. Monday Night Raw tonight, man. I didn't care too much about this show. I've been preaching that, you know what, there's a draft coming up, man. There's a draft coming up on Friday. But tonight's show, it felt off. For whatever reason, more than the last couple of weeks, it felt off. I'll explain exactly how it felt off at the top of the show. Gunther has already entered himself into the King of the Ring tournament. Imperium, the way we see it, will no longer include Giovanni Vinci. I don't know why, but we'll talk about it. And we have a new WWE Women's World Champion, and her name is not Liv Morgan. Oh, man. All around the world, the Liv Morgan fans, man, they're all crying themselves to sleep tonight. But you may get your woman as champion sooner rather than later. It just wasn't tonight. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big week. It's a big week for Off the Scripts. Tonight we got Raw. Tomorrow, it's a brand new start for Tuesday night. But before we do that, we gotta celebrate. We're going to the venue. We're walking downstairs to my mother's basement. Jesse made a mess upstairs in the OG venue. And when I get there, it better be cold. And I wanna know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
Guys, thank you so very much for joining me on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post-show for April 22nd, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Monday evenings, wherever you may be. Raw. Monday Night Raw, man. It was all about crowning a new Women's World Heavyweight Champion. And after Rhea Ripley had to vacate her championship, unfortunately, sadly, we were left with only 3 options. None of them were particularly good in this case, but 3 options. And the options were Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, and Liv Morgan, the one who injured Rhea Ripley 2 weeks ago. Now, I see a lot of people that are upset. A lot of people are asking why Becky Lynch? Why are we going backwards? Why did WWE go with their tried and true? Why did WWE go with their safest option? First of all, I want to get this out of the way. I can't stand battle royals. I can't. Especially a battle royal like this one where it just exposes how awful the women's division truly is on Monday Night Raw. There wasn't one solid contender in there outside of the 3 women that I just previously mentioned. And who do you think the final 3 were, man? Oh, my God. I'm sure we didn't see Piper Niven in the final 3. I'm sure we didn't see fucking Katana Chance in the final 3. Chelsea Green in the final 3. No. We didn't see any of those women. Candice LeRae, Maxine Dupree, man. It surprised me. No, it was the typical Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, and Nia Jax final 3. I see a lot of people on social media wondering why they went with the Battle Royal. This was a weak way to go about crowning a new champion. Guys, it's not that difficult to see how things should be on television. WWE announced that they are having a King and a Queen of the Ring tournament. So WWE is not going to hold 2 tournaments when more than likely there will be qualifying matches to enter that tournament. WWE is not going to do 2 tournaments on television to crown a Queen of the Ring and then a world champion at the same time. That is just outlandishly stupid. Now, granted, WWE could have raised the stakes in the Queen of the Ring tournament and made that tournament for the Women's Championship, but we didn't go that road. We didn't do that, and WWE is left with a Battle Royal that was a disaster. Becky Lynch ended up winning the championship. Becky Lynch is now a 7-time women's champion. Becky Lynch wrestled Rhea Ripley and lost at WrestleMania. I don't think everybody should jump to conclusions right away. I don't. Did it make sense for Becky Lynch to win the championship? Probably not. I would have put the title on either Nia Jax or Liv Morgan, to be quite honest with you. But the way that I think WWE is thinking about this is the following. I think WWE wanted their safe bet going into the draft. And I think coming out of the draft, Becky Lynch is not going to hold the championship for all that long. The way that I see it, I think WWE is going to put the title on Becky, have Becky carry whatever Rhea did with the championship, which wasn't much. I mean, if you look back at Rhea's title reign, it's fucking terrible. Let's be real. I mean, it's going to go down as one of the most unmemorable title reigns in women's history. Rhea Ripley's great. Rhea Ripley is fantastic. I mean, she didn't really do much with the championship, but that's WWE's fault. That's not Rhea Ripley's fault. They didn't give her a solid division to really, be competitive against her. That's WWE's fault. That's Triple H's fault. Maybe he fixes that come the draft. I certainly hope so. I certainly hope that's a priority. But I think WWE wanted to put the title on Becky Lynch to have Becky hold the championship and maintain whatever essence Rhea Ripley had with it so that she can drop it to Liv Morgan. Because honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense for Becky to hold the championship for too long when the built-in story is Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. That is the story now. No matter how unfortunate the situation is, that is the story. Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley, there is no story. And whatever story that there was ended at WrestleMania. So I can sit here and make fun of the Liv Morgan fans, and I could sit here and say that they're all universally crying themselves to sleep. Go buy a box of Kleenex. They're on sale at Stop and Shop 2 for $5. I think it's going to be okay for you Liv Morgan fans. Because I genuinely don't think that Becky Lynch is going to hold the championship too long. And I do think that when all is said and done, Liv Morgan will be the new women's champion. I also thought that maybe WWE put the title on Becky Lynch to solidify her signing with the company, which I don't really see that making a lot of sense because I don't really see Becky Lynch going anywhere anyway, with the title or not. So I'm going to choose option A here. I think Becky won the championship tonight in the Battle Royal because it would be more lucrative, it would be more beneficial to Liv Morgan to pin Becky Lynch instead of winning a nothing Battle Royal. So I'm trying to look at the bigger picture here. Now, does WWE go and do that? I can't tell you. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not a mind reader. I don't got a crystal ball. I don't fucking know. Should they do that? Yes. Because Becky Lynch, we've been there, done that. There's no excitement with Becky Lynch. It's basically the same narrative. WWE always goes with what they know. I thought this was a new era. It's always the same women. Charlotte, Becky, Bianca, Alexa. It's always the same women. Always. Then you're going to add Jade Cargill to that mix. WWE has a fear of creating new stars, especially in the women's division. I don't know why. So if everybody is upset, I get why you're upset, because it's the same fucking shit. Every single administration, no matter who's in charge. They have a natural fear of creating new stars, especially with the women. If they put any sort of effort into the other women that aren't as big, like they do a Bianca or a Becky or a Charlotte, then the division would be as competitive as it needs to be instead of looking as decrepit as it was tonight. Look at the Battle Royal that they gave us. Nobody believes in any of the women in that match outside the three that I just mentioned that were in the final three of tonight's match. The division sucks. It is a fucking eyesore to look at. I genuinely care about nothing in that entire division. But I'm trying to make sense of why Becky won the championship tonight. Did Becky win the championship because it's the safe bet? Yes. Does WWE potentially have the idea of Becky winning the championship, giving her that spot in a nothing Battle Royal, and saving Liv Morgan's big win to pin Becky Lynch, which would give her her win back? Because on the road to WrestleMania, Becky Lynch beat Liv Morgan. So now Liv Morgan is looking for her revenge on her revenge tour. She took out Rhea. Now she beats Becky and becomes the champion. Maybe I'm just speaking too much sense. I don't know. That was the big happening tonight. Becky Lynch is the new Women's World Champion. And I don't think it's going to be for too long. Because we do have a draft. And WWE may move Becky Lynch over to SmackDown. I don't know why. WWE could potentially move Becky Lynch over to SmackDown. So we'll see how the draft plays out. Starts on Friday. I think Liv Morgan beating Becky Lynch is the way to go. Other than that, this show was all over the place. The Battle Royal was chaotic in a bad way. It was sloppily put together. This whole show was sloppily put together. The matches felt off. The energy in the crowd was dead in Cleveland. Where were they tonight? Cleveland? Ohio. Energy was off. Dead crowd. Matches were sloppy. Nothing really mattered. It honestly felt like the last days of you packing up everything in your apartment, and everything is just scattered about in boxes that your whole life is just in cardboard boxes, taped up. You got one singular piece of furniture that you're sitting on, and you're waiting for the moving company to come the next day to help you move all your shit to your new apartment. That's exactly how Monday Night Raw felt. It's like they just threw anything at the wall because this is legitimately the last night that we're going to get this version of Monday Night Raw. The draft starts on Friday. Some are looking at it as a good thing. Some are looking at it as this show was a waste of time. It was a nothing show. They did set up potential happenings going into the draft this Friday and then on into next Monday. Imperium. They're no longer together, at least not with Giovanni Vinci. He is out of the group. Now, I don't know how many of you guys watch NXT 2.0. Most of us did not, because it was fucking terrible. Most of it is still terrible. But Giovanni Vinci was a solo act on NXT 2.0. And whether you agree with me or whether you like it or not, Giovanni Vinci is one hell of a professional wrestler. He is fucking great. So is Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser apparently did what Gunther told him to do. Gunther didn't think he was going to carry out the plan, and he did. And he put Giovanni Vinci on the shelf. Now, I don't know what this means. I don't know why they opted to split one of the best tag teams in all of the industry in Kaiser and Vinci. But I'm looking at it right now with a side-eyed look and a big question mark hanging over my head. Why? Now, I'm going to give this one time because I see the upside in both Kaiser and Vinci at the same time, singular. Also, at the same time, I wonder, what are these guys going to do without each other? Because they're a great fucking tag team. But Giovanni Vinci is a great up-and-coming solo act, potentially. So is Ludwig Kaiser. And we know Gunther, what he's capable of. He's fucking unbelievable. Are they going to replace Giovanni Vinci with Ilya Dragunov in the draft? Is Ilya Dragunov going to join Imperium? Is Ilya Dragunov going to come back and join Giovanni Vinci to battle Imperium and battle Gunther and Kaiser? I don't know. Only time will tell. But my first inclination is, why would you break up one of the best tag teams in the industry when you already had solidified the direction for the tag team division with two separate championships? We now have a WWE Tag Team title and a WWE World Tag Team title. And you're taking one of the best teams in your company away from your tag team division. I find that to be absolutely counterproductive. They have to have a plan. Maybe those plans include Ilya Dragunov. So we'll see what happens there. Gunther announced himself for the King of the Ring, which I have absolutely no problem with, and neither should you, quite honestly. There's one guy that should win the tournament. It's him. There's one guy that embodies King of the Ring. It's fucking Gunther. And Chad Gable. Chad Gable's heel turn, Chad Gable's heel work is going to be fantastic. He's still eyeing the Intercontinetal Championship. He's still eyeing Sami Zayn. And he is basically telling the rest of Alpha Academy that it's him now that needs to be fed. He's the priority. They are not. He's tired of wasting time training everybody while life passes him by. We are in for the best Gable that we've ever seen. We're going to go over the rest of the show, guys. I appreciate you being here. We got 2,800 in the OTS venue on this Monday night. Thank you guys very much for all of your supports. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go out and check the homepage of the channel. Catch up on everything that you might have missed, including last night's AEW Dynasty post-show with Jesse and myself. We were live till 3 a.m. in the morning. Lots to talk about there. And what I thought was a very good show from All Elite Wrestling. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Hit that thumbs up. We got 550 likes and 2,800 people in here, man. That's unacceptable. We need at least 1,000 likes on tonight's post show. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We'll hang out per usual at the end of the show. Memberships are open. Get them on in. Always accepting new applications for the VIP club. Channel memberships are open. And tonight's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Blue Chew. BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. Go get your free sample. All you have to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. Tomorrow night, Tuesday Night Titans will be live with episode 45. We are nearing the big 5-0. Tomorrow is the first week where we will embark on the new era of TNT. And my new guest host, week one of the guest hosts, tomorrow night will be with my guy, Sir Wilkins of the Jobber Tears podcast. And let me tell you something, man. He is excited to sit down with you guys tomorrow night and debate pro wrestling. He's very opinionated. He's very knowledgeable. He knows his shit. He's entertaining. He's charismatic. And we are going to have a damn good time tomorrow night. I may even make myself a fucking old-fashioned tomorrow night, believe it or not. Speaking of which, I gotta make some sphere ice cubes if I am going to do that. Jesse forgot to fill the fucking ice trays, man. So Sir Wilkins will be on the show tomorrow night. And that is going to be a great show. So tune in tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. That is episode 45 of Tuesday Night Titans with my guy, Sir Wilkins. The first week of guest hosts. And then next week, we got Ango from the Ango Show. He's taking the guest host spot. And then the new guest host arrives. He pulls up to the OTS venue. He walks in and he orders a whiskey and Coke. Who is it? You'll find out that Monday, May 6th. And I do believe by the time the new guest host arrives, the new intro will be done. Right now, I'm trying to finagle and trying to figure out how I can talk to a couple of record companies to actually buy the license to some real music so we have a great intro. It's already great. I just want it to be over the top great. Anyway, it's going to be good. Sir Wilkins is going to bring the heat tomorrow night. So make sure you guys tune in to TNT tomorrow night. Monday Night Raw. Let's start at the top. Jey Uso. Jey Uso kicks us off on Monday night. Makes his ring entrance, and Pat McAfee's already getting his arm workout in. Backlash is going live a week from Saturday in France, 1 p.m. Eastern start time. We will probably be live at 4:30. Live at 4:30 for Backlash and the post show. Jey Uso is out there, and he is the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, which is held by Damian Priest. Jey says he has to beat Damian Priest to make sure everything has been worth it. Priest said whatever Jay thinks he's interrupting him for, he's wrong. So Priest is out there as well. He says he thinks his whole presentation suits him, including the stuff. He says they went to war last year and he wanted to talk about one specific match. He said one night, Jay whooped his ass so bad, he went up to him in the locker room and told him that he earned his respect. He said that's why he wanted him in the Judgment Day. And he said they went out and drinks were on him. Now, I don't remember what happened the next day or what Jay was saying at the bar. And then Jay mumbled, I took an Uber. Kind of a little shoot within the promo. I took an Uber, he says. Good. That's what one should do if they're heavily drinking for a night out on the town. Do not drink and drive, folks. Priest said he did remember Jay saying that they were next. He says he was right. Well, half right. I was next, says Priest. He pointed at his title and said, it shows why he was next and that he's now. He said Jay is the first person the machine is feeding him, and there's nothing to be ashamed of that he's the first to fall. He said he'll get to be the first to lead all the people in rising for him. Priest turned to leave. Jay told him, no, come back. I'm not done. Jay asked if that's really all he sees him as. Just a tag team guy and just another Uso. Jay said the only reason Priest is the leader of Judgment Day is because Rhea Ripley got hurt. He says he's Dom Mysterio's bitch. Jay got fired up and let out a big yeet. So JD McDonagh charged at Jay from behind, but Jay ducked and JD super kicked Priest. McDonagh looked concerned that Priest got the worst of it. Or no, Jay super kicked Priest. I'm sorry. But JD facilitated this in happening, but he caused it all to happen. Jay said, my bad. Jay left the ring as Priest shot McMuffin a nasty look. So, this was the way WWE opted to open Monday Night Raw. First of all, Jey Uso is always energetic, and he's always, when he gets fired up, Jey Uso is a very good promo. So is Jimmy. Not going to take that away from them. They're very good at what they do. They're actually a better promo than they are pro wrestlers, in my eyes, both Jimmy and Jay. But I really want to focus on Damian Priest here. This is not a good start to what's to come for Damian Priest. It's not. And I'm being open and honest with you guys, just like I always am. I'm a big fan of Damian Priest. I appreciate what Priest has done. I love the fact that Priest came from where he was to where he is now. You see the growth. It's one of my favorite things about being a fan of professional wrestling, to see where he was, to see where he is now, to see what he did at WrestleMania. It's a beautiful thing. Just like we saw Swerve Strickland win the AEW World Championship last night from Samoa Joe at AEW Dynasty, where he came from over the last 3 years to where he is now. If this is any indication of a Damian Priest babyface turn, we're in fucking trouble. Seriously. I don't know what Damian Priest did here tonight. I don't know what direction Damian Priest took himself in. I don't know why he thought the way that he conducted this promo. Don't know why he thought it was good. Every bit of this was not the type of sell for a world championship match that you need. It wasn't doing Priest or the championship any favors. And Priest came off looking incredibly weak. The tone that he used is not it. What are we doing? We're not out there sitting at the bar, shooting the shit, talking about pro wrestling. You're in front of a live audience, and the cadence and the tone that Damian Priest delivered this promo made it seem lifeless, dull, and absolutely uninteresting to build towards a world championship match at Backlash. No matter what's going on, whether there's a draft or not, whether these guys are going to be on the same brand or not. Lifeless. This promo certainly had me rethinking that maybe we should start to reconsider Damian Priest turning into a babyface and keep him as a heel. Because if this is any indication about what's to come as babyface Damian Priest, you guys can fucking keep it. Seriously. I don't want any bit of it. I'm not even interested in this match, to be quite honest with you, because we all know exactly what's coming. The rumor is, the streets on social media are saying that Jacob Fatu will be at Friday Night SmackDown. I've been saying it for the last 2 weeks. Jey Uso ain't winning the World Championship, and Jey Uso is going to be confronted by the newest member of the Bloodline. That is going to be Jacob Fatu. Because they already took out Kevin Owens, they took out Jimmy, and now they're going to take out Jey. And who the fuck do you think is going to do that? Seriously. I see some people in the chat saying, give the belt to Drew. Yeah. Yes. Damian Priest was never the guy to hold the championship. Transitional to a T. T for transitional. Damian Priest. I don't know when that happens, but the sooner the better. And I mean that in no disrespectful way to Damian Priest. Tonight was not a good night. It wasn't. And I'm a fan of what he's done and what he's done in the Judgment Day. Tonight did not hit, and tonight did not sell a World Championship match the way that it needed to be. The clip aired of Chad Gable beating Sami Zayn after Sami Zayn beat him last week. Beat him up right in front of his wife and kid, did Chad Gable. They showed Gable arriving outside the arena, saying that he's been off social media all week and wanted to address the audience here for his actions last week. R-Truth and The Miz, the new WWE World Tag Team Champions, defending those titles against DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Now, being that they were in Ohio, this is where Johnny Gargano emanates from. This is his hometown. I figured that they might put the titles on DIY finally tonight on Raw. And once again, I'm sitting here to tell you that DIY is still not the WWE World Tag Team Champions. R-Truth and The Miz defeated Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano to retain the World Tag Team Championships. Why? I don't know. So, early on, it looked like Ciampa hurt his knee, and I always get scared when it comes to Ciampa because Ciampa has had an injury bug, and the injury bug has been nasty to Tommaso Ciampa. So anytime he gets potentially injured, I worry. But it looked like he was all right. Miz tried a springboard move, but Ciampa nailed him with a midair knee strike. Truth tagged in. He did the John Cena 5 moves of doom. Gargano cut him off with a super kick. Ciampa followed with a pedigree for a near fall. Gargano took Miz out with a suicide dive, while R-Truth cradled Ciampa for a near fall 2 count. DIY hit Truth with meat in the middle, but Miz yanked Gargano out of the ring as he made the cover. Miz threw Ciampa over the barricade, tagged in. Miz and Truth hit Gargano with a combo skull-crushing finale and flatliner for the 1-2-3. Awesome Truth defeats D-Generation X on Monday Night Raw to retain the tag team titles. This was less than spectacular. This was very uninteresting. I'm already not liking R-Truth and Miz as the tag team champions, but I'm glad R-Truth got his WrestleMania moment. Now we can get back to everyday life where we need to take the belts off of them and put them on a real fucking team. At the end of the match, Truth and Miz offered a handshake to both Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Gargano hugged both of them. Tommaso Ciampa did not. He opted to turn around and leave and ignore all of them, including his own partner. Fans booed. Now, we already saw Giovanni Vinci leave Imperium, or get kicked out, I should say. He didn't really want to leave voluntarily. He got kicked out of the group because Kaiser beat the shit out of him. So we got Imperium disbanded. And now you mean to tell me that we may be disbanding DIY? I mean, it could be, honestly, unless they move them to SmackDown and have them feud with A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller for the tag team titles over there. That's always still a possibility. I mean, there really is nothing left for DIY on Monday night. They've wrestled everybody, and they've had multiple opportunities at the tag team titles and lost every single one of them. Maybe they move over to SmackDown and have better luck over there against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. You just got to give me a reason as to why they would get a shot after losing multiple times at the other set of tag team titles. Or Triple H could be building towards a split also of DIY, and we could be getting Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano separated. Maybe Triple H is set to give us back the Tommaso Ciampa heel turn and heel run that was legendary in NXT Black and Gold. You know, the heel work that Ciampa did when he came out to no theme music, Psycho Killer Tommaso Ciampa, when he came out with those long trench coats and said nothing to anybody, and he made fun of NXT grandma every week. I remember. Legendary heel turn. Heel run. May go down as one of the best heels that the industry's ever seen, Tommaso Ciampa. Unbelievable run. And the feud that him and Gargano had, stuff of legends. Maybe that's where he's going. Maybe I'm just getting ahead of myself and reminiscing on older days when days like that were just unbelievable. Maybe it's exactly what they need, because DIY, even them together, still in Ohio, this is Johnny Gargano's people. Lukewarm at best. Nothing seems to resonate. Nothing seems to work. Some cities get a decent reaction. Most cities get no reaction. It could also be that terrible fucking theme music that they got from Def Rebel. Awful. I don't know. But they're clearly building towards something. What is it? Who knows? Very interested to see where Triple H goes with this, because we know that he loves both of those guys. And this is a draft that Triple H is completely in charge of, so who the fuck knows what plans he's got for both of those guys. Damian Priest told JD McFish. I'm sure somebody in the comment section will tell me, well, JD, there is no such item on the menu as a McFish. I like to call him McFish. Do you mind? JD McFlurry. Priest told him that he didn't ask for his help, and he ended up kicked in the face. Dominik walked in with his arm in a sling. Dominik is injured. He said Santos Escobar will replace JD in the match. Or actually, no. JD teamed with Santos. Santos is replacing Dominik, who's injured. McDonagh was upset he didn't check with him. Priest wasn't okay with it and raised his voice. Santos said it will be fine. Priest told McDonagh to go handle his business. Looks like we're getting a split of Judgment Day. Very soon. It's all falling to shit without Rhea Ripley. Shawn Michaels. Yes, we got an appearance from Shawn Michaels. He hyped NXT Battleground. It will be at the UFC's Apex facility in Las Vegas, Nevada in June. McAfee said, that's the power of TKO. I'm very interested to see how that show comes off. That may actually be the first NXT show in a while I actually do cover. Gunther. He walks out. The ring general is back on Monday night. Good to have him back. Gunther stood in the ring with Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. He says he isn't going to take any shots at Sami. He said he took some time to reflect on what had happened at WrestleMania. He said he became the greatest Intercontinental Champion in that title's illustrious history. No lies detected. Said for almost 2 years, he was walking around with a big target on his back to live up to his reputation. He says that weight has been lifted off of his shoulders. Thank you, Sami Zayn. He says he's not a target anymore. So he's gone from being the hunted to the hunter. I can do whatever I want. This is a brand new era. He said wherever he ends up in the draft, he is declaring himself for the King of the Ring tournament. He said then he will decide which championship to go after next. As he wrapped up, his music played, and then the New Day's music interrupted Gunther. Now, I will stop there before we get into what the New Day had to say. So this is the first participant in the returning King of the Ring tournament. We don't know if there's going to be 8 men, 16 men. We don't know. We don't know if the entire tournament's going to take place in one night. We don't know if it's only going to be the semifinals and then the finals. We don't know. Or maybe WWE just does the entire tournament on Raw and then we get the finals at the pay-per-view, which really wouldn't make it King of the Ring. I would like to see the whole fucking tournament play out in one singular night, but that's just me because I love a good old-fashioned King of the Ring tournament. Now, we did say we don't really have any news on what the winner of the tournament gets, but Gunther potentially gave us some insight into what is going to happen when you win the tournament. He did say he's declaring himself for the tournament, and then he said when he wins it, he will then decide which championship to go after next. The only thing up from the Intercontinental title is the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship. Now, we don't know which brand he's on, but it really doesn't matter because if he wins the tournament, he can opt to go for whichever title he decides. I'm assuming Gunther is saying here, without actually saying it, the winner of the King of the Ring tournament is going to get a World Championship title match for whichever championship he desires, which is fine. I would hold the tournament over the summer, and I would love to see the tournament take place in a June setting and then have the winner of the tournament get a championship match of his choosing at SummerSlam. That's just me. But here we are. A lot of people were like, well, Gunther is going to win Money in the Bank. I think Gunther is more of a King of the Ring winner than he is Money in the Bank. It just fits his gimmick more. Then that would open up somebody else to win Money in the Bank. Maybe an LA Knight. Maybe a Braun Breaker. Tiffany Stratton. That's what I think WWE is going to do. So they have the option of a younger talent winning Money in the Bank and Gunther winning the tournament that is basically tailor-made for him in King of the Ring. Now, when this championship match happens, I don't know. He could cash it in at any time. Maybe he waits till Berlin. I have no idea. So we'll see what happens there. But Gunther already claiming he's the first participant in the King of the Ring tournament. You cannot ask for a better representation in that tournament than Gunther. And honestly, there is nobody more tailor-made to win that. So Gunther is absolutely the odds-on favorite and should absolutely win the King of the Ring tournament. Xavier Woods. He came out with Kofi Kingston. Kofi said, it is a new era. Yes, thank you for letting us know. I think I'm tired of hearing that it's a new era. Show me now. There's one thing to say it. Show me. It's a new era, so what better way to usher in a new era than with a New Day? Xavier said he's aiming to be a 2-time King of the Ring winner. Gunther said after he wins King of the Ring, he'll reestablish the image of the tournament, and Xavier will be remembered as the weird guy who won it by accident and pretended to be a champion. It's basically how I would describe Vince McMahon's version of the King of the Ring as well. Thanks, Gunther. Xavier said Gunther used to be a champion, Kofi was laughing, and they sang, "Where is your gold at, Gunther? Where is your gold at?" Gunther yelled, "Enough. This is beneath me. I think this is beneath all of us." He asked Kaiser and Vinci to take care of them. Xavier said they would be up for wrestling both of them tonight in a tag team match. Great. This is when the New Day is very unpleasant and very annoying. I much rather see serious New Day, like they were in their last match with Imperium. Not this version of the New Day. So we get this tag team match that we've seen, 6, 7 times, maybe? Maybe. Get this match again. Imperium were in control after a commercial break. Woods made a hot tag. Hit Vinci with a tornado DDT. Goes for cover, only gets a 2 count. Kingston tagged in. Vinci turned him inside out with a wicked clothesline. Imperium tried a double team move, but Woods intercepted and Kingston was able to counter. New Day hit Vinci with the up, up, down, down. This is the backbreaker foot stomp combo. And that was enough for the win. We've seen much better from both of these teams. And what have we seen already? We've seen countless times. So I am pretty much over it. So the New Day wins. Gunther was pissed, and he stared a hole through Kaiser before he left the ring. So they really milked the shit out of this. Kaiser was hugging Vinci and consoling him and rubbing his head and whispering in his ear. They really lingered on these guys, and I'm like, are we getting a fucking turn here? And then it didn't come, and then finally, all of a sudden, it came, and he slammed him into the apron of the ring against the LED boards. Kaiser threw Vinci into the LED boards on the ring apron. So he continued to kick at him. He beat up on him and threw him into the announce desk and then into the ringside steps. Security then pulled Kaiser away. He broke free and started to walk away. He was walking up the aisleway, and all of a sudden, like a locomotive, he pulled out his Braun Strowman maneuver. This guy ran around the entire ringside area and absolutely blasted Vinci with a drop kick into the steel steps. And he did the same thing to Kofi Kingston a while back and did the same thing to Xavier Woods. So Kaiser is a vicious motherfucker. He did the same thing to Vinci here. The camera followed Kaiser to the back after this was all over, where Gunther was waiting in gorilla. He looked at Gunther and said, "I told you I'd get it done." Gunther smiled and seemed very proud of Kaiser's work. Now, I understand that Kaiser has huge upside. So does Vinci as a singles performer. This obviously was used to shift into that. Looks like Kaiser's going solo. What happens to Vinci? I don't know. We've gotten a taste of what Vinci can do in a singles capacity on NXT. I wonder if they're going to both go single and they are both going to move to separate brands. I don't know. I don't know what Triple H has up his sleeve for these boys. I don't know. I understand that there's massive upside, but I am a little hesitant to fully commit to a Kaiser and Vinci solo run individually away from the tag team when they are not at their strongest in the tag team division. I've been saying this since 2016. There has not been one singular year since then. And yes, I was on YouTube since then. There has not been one singular year where WWE has actually had a decent amount of tag teams in which they can call it a division. I'm not telling you I'm not giving it a chance because I see the upside in both. They're both incredible pro wrestlers. But while the Judgment Day is going away, and the Judgment Day seems to be on the rocks, Imperium could be the group that takes things over on Monday night. Now, that still very well may be the case. They just may add another member to the group and fill his role, Vinci's role, in the group. That's still a possibility. But when you actively take a team like this out of the division, it doesn't really give me great hope and expectation that much is going to change in the tag team realm. There isn't a solid enough ground for this division to uphold both divisions. There isn't. The Raw Tag Team division is weak. The SmackDown Tag Team division is weak. There aren't enough teams in the division for the need for 2 titles. It's been that way for 8 years now. I don't know what else I have to tell you. Go look at the teams. There's not one fucking division on Raw and SmackDown any single year we've had a draft that I could confidently say that's a division. Finally, we're on the right track. Now, maybe they call up some teams from NXT. I have no clue. Maybe they replenish. I have no clue. But to break up Imperium seems wildly chaotic and very random. It almost looks like a Vince McMahon move. I didn't really expect them to break up. Now, again, I don't know what Triple H has in store for Kaiser. He may be on the verge of a big singles run. He may be going after that IC title. He may be someone who enters King of the Ring and goes far and deep into the tournament. I have no fucking clue. No idea. But you got to understand where I'm coming from. Because it's been the same argument every single year. And nobody is going to stop me in this argument. Nobody is able to refute the facts. There is not one single division that I could confidently say is a tag team division. Yep, that's it. There's enough teams there, we're good to go. Does this open up the door for Ilya Dragunov to come on in? Is he going to come in and join Imperium? I don't know why we're lumping Ilya Dragunov in Imperium. Does he come in and join Imperium? Does he come in and back Vinci? Does he come in as a babyface backing Vinci going against Kaiser and Gunther? Who knows? Who knows when Gunther's going to be ready for the World Championship? We don't know. Maybe they want to start Kaiser and Gunther off on the main roster and have Gunther preoccupied with Ilya Dragunov first before they move him on to the World Championship. Who knows? I just find this to be just very random. Very, very random. And I don't know why we are breaking up tag teams when WWE doesn't have their tag team division in any sort of order. Drew McIntyre. He made his ring entrance to fans chanting CM Punk, CM Punk. He's sitting in the ring, cross-legged like CM Punk would in the middle of the ring. He told the cameraman not to shoot up his kilt and called the cameraman a pervert. Don't worry, Drew, we're not looking up your kilt. Drew said it puzzled him why they chant CM Punk's name since he doesn't like them. He says CM Punk doesn't like the fans. He says he likes himself even less than the fans. Drew said the guys in the crowd wouldn't understand a complex relationship since, for most of them, their most complex relationship has been their right hand. Drew McIntyre is turning into an internet troll. And he's doing it in great fashion. He says his back is against the wall as usual. Says he's targeting his next prize, which is the King of the Ring. He talked about the WWE draft next week. And all of a sudden, too many limes. Sheamus interrupts him. Sheamus was body shamed this week on social media. Shame on you. Body shaming Sheamus of all fucking people. What the fuck is wrong with the internet? The people body shaming Sheamus have not seen a gym in 20 years. The people body shaming Sheamus fucking wake up at the crack of dawn and are waiting at the drive-thru line for McDonald's and ordering fucking 6 Egg McMuffins. Give me a fucking break. The people making fun of Sheamus's weight are the people that the only exercise they get is lifting up the remote control to change the fucking television. Go hit the gym, you fat whale. Ridiculous. Drew, what's going on, man? So Drew isn't taking any responsibility for his own mistakes. Some say that makes you a coward. He asked if he was going to stand up, so Drew McIntyre stood up. Good. I've known you for 20 years. You'd think I'd get a little bit of respect from you. He says he got his moment at WrestleMania 40 and he became the World's Heavyweight Champion in front of a live WrestleMania crowd. That is what you dreamt of. You got it. Your brother John and your wife Caitlin were in the crowd. And you blew it over. Some stupid social media spat. He pointed at Drew's waist and said, that's where a belt should be. But over a meme and a t-shirt, you threw it all away just like that. He says he's his friend and they've had banger after banger after banger after banger. He says he's there to tell him the hard truth. A one-armed CM Punk kicked your ass. Fans once again chanted for CM Punk. Drew says he knows what Punk did to him and now he's affected his career. Sheamus said it's an unhealthy obsession. Drew said before Sheamus was injured, they were having bangers. But now it appears when he was out, it's been burger after burger after burger after burger, which is a reference to Sheamus being fat with all the memes that went on all last week after he made his return. Sheamus said, you know, you got good at those one-liners. The thing is, I can lose the weight, but you can't fix stupid, Sheamus said. Drew said the guys in the back last week were calling you the Ginger Pillsbury Doughboy and Blubber Man. He says he was standing up for him. Sheamus says it doesn't bother him what they're saying. Drew says he tells the truth every week, and he's his only friend. He said in the past, they've thrown fists, and then they had a pint afterwards. He said he only fights if it's worthwhile, but this isn't worthwhile. He said he'll be there for him, though, and he said he'd watch his back from ringside. Sheamus looked confused. Burger after burger after burger after burger. Great. I love me a good burger. I do. You know, the body shaming on Sheamus is ridiculous. He's already looked, 1 week coming out of last week, he already looks better. You could see that Sheamus is in the gym. He lives in the fucking gym. He's got his own fucking YouTube channel with Celtic Warrior workouts. This guy's going to be fine. Also, they brought him back way earlier than expected, so he couldn't get into the optimal shape that he wanted. So now he's got to be on television and get in the shape that he needs to be at the same time. They called him back for the draft. Sheamus is in his mid-40s. He's not some spring chicken. But are we really making fun of Sheamus's weight? The guy will be back in tip-top shape before you know it, before the summer hits. You're going to see him defined with muscle come June. Watch. He is a little chunky. So what? So what? It's what happens when you're off television for 9 months. He had neck surgery or a neck injury. Not sure why it's a big deal. Maybe these two meet in the King of the Ring. Maybe this was a seed planted for what is to come. Maybe Sheamus also enters the King of the Ring tournament or qualifies for the King of the Ring tournament, and then they end up meeting in the tournament. That would be nice to see. Sheamus. He wrestled Shinsuke Nakamura after this promo with Drew McIntyre. Decent little match here. Very one-sided as far as who was going to come out victorious here. Nakamura is just... Nakamura is elite jobber status now. Nakamura targeted Sheamus' neck, but Sheamus fought back. We go to a commercial break. We come back after the break. And Sheamus hits an avalanche white noise on Shinsuke for a near fall. Sheamus looked at McIntyre, allowing Nakamura to hit him from behind with a knee strike. Sheamus countered a Kinshasa into a power slam. Nakamura avoided the bro kick. Sheamus responded with a knee strike for 2. Nakamura hit a few strikes. Sheamus suddenly, out of nowhere, hits a bro kick for the 1, 2, 3. 11 minutes. It was fine for what it was. Sheamus looks very good. No matter what you want to say about his weight and his belly, Sheamus is a fucking beast. And he's only going to get better. And I'm glad he's back on television. Kathy Kelly interviewed Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is the Intercontinental Champion. And Kathy Kelly asked Sami how he's processing everything. Sami says it's been tough. He hasn't heard from Gable. Zayn was angry and hurt about what Gable did. He had a lot to say, but was biting his tongue. I wish I could tell you everything I want to tell you, but I'm going to wait till Gable gets out there. We're all going to listen to what Gable has to say. Bronson Reed approached Sami Zayn and said that Sami Zayn had bigger problems than Chad Gable. Zayn told him, you want the Intercontinental title? Is this what you want? Anytime, any place. Reed left. And then all of a sudden, Kathy Kelly was about to continue the interview with Sami Zayn, but Reed suddenly attacked Sami Zayn from behind. Officials pulled Reed away, but Reed crushed Zayn into some production crates. Reed says he would be the next Intercontinental Champion. You know, I'm quite worried that Sami Zayn, being the Intercontinental Champion, is not going to last very long. If Bronson Reed wrestles Sami Zayn and we get this match happening at Backlash or whenever it may be, I don't really see how Bronson Reed can once again lose to Sami Zayn and not win the Intercontinental Championship without making him look like a complete loser. He would think that after all that Bronson Reed has done, he'd have to win the championship from Sami Zayn if they are going to give us that one-on-one match at some point in the next few weeks. Which in turn, if that's the case, Sami Zayn just ended the greatest Intercontinental Championship reign of all time and then would immediately lose to Bronson Reed. I don't know if that makes Sami Zayn pathetic or that makes Bronson Reed look like a fucking megastar. I don't know. The way that I look at it is I'm not ending a 666-day title reign to have this reign end in 3 weeks. I don't see how that's beneficial to the Intercontinental Championship. It's going to be very interesting to see how they follow up with this. Because I don't think Bronson Reed could really afford another loss to Sami Zayn. Chad Gable. He's out there with Otis, Maxine, and Akira Tozawa. Gable said Sami rubbed his victory all over him. He then says he's been wasting his time training losers. He's been training losers. He mocked Tozawa for being a funny man with a silly dance. He said Maxine is as pretty as a princess, but dumb as a box of rocks. I really wish he would have made fun of her wrestling ability and said that she sucks, but here we are. She's blonde, but dumb, like a box of rocks. I've given you everything and gotten nothing in return. It's pathetic. He turned to Otis and said, and don't let me get started on you. He called Otis his prized pupil. Fans chanted for Otis. How could you hate Otis? He says he has proven to be the biggest disappointment of them all. He says he was just giving them honest feedback. He says they're all going to win his Intercontinental Championship together, and they're all going to help him, right? He said they needed to all stand by him no matter what, together. Gable said Otis didn't say it loud enough. Otis reluctantly and sadly said, no matter what. Gable left the ring and smiled as the Alpha Academy is sad and consoled each other in the ring. Now, clearly, these geeks are not going to help Gable win the Intercontinental Championship or have Gable come anywhere close to the Intercontinental Championship. What we are potentially getting here is we're getting a new Alpha Academy. It's not going to be Otis. It's not going to be Maxine. It's not going to be Akira Tozawa. Gable is going to align himself with a Team Angle-like group in the Creeds. Julius and Brutus Creed will align themselves with Chad Gable, and we will get Team Gable. Just like we got Team Angle. And it's going to be fucking fantastic. Heel Creeds, led by a heel Gable. This heel run is going to be fucking fantastic for Chad Gable. And I truly hope that Triple H and the creative team finally takes this version of Chad Gable to the top where he belongs. It has been an absolutely long time coming. This is going to be great. Gable's a great talker. He's eloquent with his words. He chooses the right words. He just comes off as a fucking cocky prick. It's going to work out. I love it. I'm here for it. I can't wait to see what he does. Dominik approached Ricochet backstage, warming up. He says he was looking forward to beating him up. Dom mocked him as he walked off. Ricochet's promo was awful, as usual. Liv Morgan then walked up to Dom and started staring at him for some odd reason. Dominik locked eyes with Liv Morgan. I don't know, folks. Is Liv Morgan an upgrade for Dominik Mysterio over Rhea Ripley? I don't know. I don't know, man. That is going to be a very, very split decision, honestly. I would choose Liv, personally. Nia Jax. She talked about the 14-woman Battle Royal later on in the main event. She said it'll be 13 women and one monster. She said she'd terrorize each one of them and eliminate them one by one until she's the last one standing as the new champion. Sure thing. Sure thing. Ricochet and Andrade El Idolo versus JD McCafe and Santos Escobar. You know, I want to throw this out there, man. You know, all the people that loved Andrade in AEW and now hated Andrade in WWE because he left AEW. You know, all you WWE fans who said, oh, Tony Khan butchered Andrade's creative and Tony Khan didn't know how to book Andrade and all this other shit. Man, you guys got really fucking quiet all of a sudden. No, I don't see Triple H lighting the world on fire with fucking El Idolo over here. What are we doing? Let this guy go out there and wrestle, please. Seriously? Oh, Andrade, another Mexican Latino star coming on in. He's got a feud with the other Latinos. Can we just have him come on in and maybe start his own fucking stable? What was he doing in AEW? He had the LFI group, right? Why don't we get something along the lines of that? Get them a mouthpiece, get them a fucking manager, and let them terrorize WWE. Andrade needs to fucking wrestle. We need to bring Andrade back to what he was doing when he was in NXT as the world champion. I don't think he's ever reached the heights of that, sadly, since then. This was a tag team match that went 12 minutes. Dominik has a very, very obnoxious and silly looking mustache. Seriously. He's got the type of mustache that you look at somebody and say, I can't trust this guy, man. I can't fully trust him. So the heels took over here. We go into a commercial break. Dominik got involved. One arm. Dominik got involved. Andrade made a hot tag. When we get back from commercial break, he hit Escobar with some dragon screws and a running double knee strike in the corner, his signature Meteora for a 2 count. Ricochet tagged in and hit a springboard clothesline standing shooting star press, but JD McDouble broke up the cover. Escobar and McCafe gave Andrade a double vertical suplex. You like that? I did that by accident. JD McCafe gave Andrade a double vertical suplex. Ricochet tried a springboard clothesline, but Escobar caught him with a mid-air knee strike. Escobar brought Ricochet off the top rope with a hurricanrana, but Ricochet flipped over into a leg drop on JD McMuffin. Andrade wiped out Escobar with a back elbow and then gave McFish his finisher, which he calls the messenger, or the message, for the 1, 2, 3. Or maybe I think they renamed it the Shadow. Stop changing things that we get used to something that's a lot worse. Match was all over the place. The match felt sloppy. The match felt it just felt sloppy. Like, I don't care. I genuinely don't care anymore. I don't. Tired of Andrade teaming with the fucking good guys to battle the LWO and Judgment Day. Tired of Santos in the LW. I'm tired of it all. It's not interesting anymore, man. We've run this shit into the fucking ground. End it. End it. Damian Priest attacked Andrade and Ricochet from behind after the match. He gave Ricochet a razor's edge and planted Andrade with the South of Heaven chokeslam. Priest told Dominik and JD McDouble that he didn't need them. I guess he didn't want whatever he was offering him on the menu. Damian Priest. They needed him. The Judgment Day is about to split up. Goodbye, JD McNugget. How is he going to last on his own? I don't know. We got a Zoe Stark video promo that did nothing to make me believe in Zoe Stark winning this battle royal. Thanks for coming. They showed Kaden Carter and Katana Chance stretching backstage. And then they showed Natalya doing thrusts and squats, getting ready for the battle royal. Jackie Redmond said Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae used underhanded tactics last week. Indy took offense to this. LeRae says that they're out there to defend their victories. Or they're not there to defend their victories. So there was some chaos backstage, and the cameraman turned to a big pull-apart brawl with Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. Redmond then took the mic and walked over there to get some questions and some answers. All of a sudden, Becky Lynch comes on in. She takes the mic from Jackie Redmond and said it's pure chaos, and they're about to have the biggest battle royal in Raw history. False. If this is the biggest battle royal in Monday Night Raw history, then it is a sad, sad world. Becky approached Maxine as she was walking through the backstage area. She stopped and told Maxine, "This is your first battle royal for a major championship in the company." Maxine said, "Yes." "Then you go out there and show everyone why it won't be your last." "It should." She said, "The man has come back to Columbus, Ohio." That's where they were, not Cleveland, Columbus. She headed to the ring through Gorilla, and we are about to start the Women's Battle Royal. Becky gets a full entrance. Liv Morgan gets an entrance. Nia Jax gets an entrance. Everybody else in the Battle Royal was already in the ring after the commercial came back. The Battle Royal went 20 minutes. Maxine Dupree eliminated Candice LeRae first. Poor Candice. Who did Candice fucking piss off? Who did Candice piss off backstage? I don't know. Indy Hartwell then booted Dupree, but Dupree then eliminated Indy Hartwell. So Maxine eliminated both Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Yet you want me to take them seriously. Great. All those wins that they racked up now are deleted. Worthless. So we go to commercial break. We come back from break. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter work together, but Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark got the better of them. Baszler dumped Chance onto Carter's shoulders on the apron, and Stark super kicked them off the apron for the elimination. Thanks for coming. Nia Jax slammed Ivy Nile into the ring post, and Nile fell out of the ring for an elimination. Maxine stood up for Ivy Nile and went toe-to-toe with Nia Jax. I'll give you a guess as to what happened. Goodbye, Maxine. She tried to punch away at her. She hit her with a step-up enziguri, and Nia Jax dumped her out. Goodbye. Becky Lynch eliminated Piper Niven by kicking her off the apron. Niven dragged Lynch under the bottom rope and shoved her into the steel steps. Piper Niven also hit a cannonball before placing Becky Lynch on the announce table. This is where things were just fucking absolutely piss-poor sloppy. Like, if you're not gonna break the fucking table, then maybe don't do the fucking table spot or position yourself better to where you can actually break the fucking table. Becky Lynch is laying on the announce table. Nia Jax was near the rope. Piper Niven grabbed her from underneath the bottom rope and yanked her out of the ring. For whatever reason, I don't know. Nia Jax fought off Niven and choke slammed her onto Becky Lynch. For some reason, she thought the table was going to break with the sheer weight of Piper Niven, and it did not. It did not. The table was still upright and intact. So, after Jax fought off Niven and chokeslammed her onto Lynch, the table didn't break. So Nia Jax struggled to hoist it up Piper Niven. She struggled to get Piper Niven on her shoulders and then gave her a Samoan drop onto the table and onto Becky Lynch, and the table still did not break. Piper Niven weighs how much? 200? Nia Jax is what? 250? And the table didn't break. Come on now. Very, very sloppy. Just piss poor fucking sloppy. They tried their best to kill Becky Lynch here, but Becky Lynch was sleeping on the outside, and the whole thing with Becky Lynch was she was going to make a triumphant comeback in the match, and she was being beaten up, and how's she going to win the Battle Royal after the two monsters beat up on her? Great. Chelsea Green was eliminated as every referee went to go check on Becky Lynch. So when she got dumped over the top rope, Chelsea Green ran back into the ring because nobody actually saw her get eliminated. It was at this point maybe an inkling, a small inkling of doubt. Maybe they'll give the title to Chelsea Green. Maybe they'll fucking surprise us and create a new star here. No, they did not. They went to a commercial break. Nia Jax comes back from break, powerbombs Lynch through the table, and it finally broke. After 3 attempts, the table finally broke. So, Zoe Stark eliminated Chelsea Green. Officially this time, the referee saw it. And Baszler eliminated Natalya. Nia Jax eliminated Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler moments later. So, they left Jax, Morgan, and Lynch in the ring. Becky was on the outside. She crawled back into the ring. We are now down to the final 3. Color me fucking shocked that these are the 3 ladies that made it to the final, man. Oh, man. So, Morgan gave Jax a code breaker as Lynch simultaneously brought Morgan down with a neck breaker. Jax hit each woman with Samoan drops. Jax tried to eliminate Morgan and Lynch at the same time, but they fought her off together. They were using their strength together to get rid of the larger woman. They tried a double suplex, but Jax suplexed both of them instead at the same time. Jax set up for the Annihilator, but Lynch shoved her over the top rope. Nia Jax tried to get back in, but Morgan hit a code breaker and Lynch hit a dropkick, knocking Jax out of the ring for an elimination. See, this is where Nia Jax's inability and lack of knowledge comes into play. Why are you ascending the top rope and putting yourself in such a position that is going to leave you open to elimination in such a match where the only way you lose is by you going over the top rope. Does nobody think of these things ahead of time? How stupid does that make Nia Jax look? Yeah, I'm going to turn my back on 2 opponents, not 1, 2 opponents, just to deliver my finishing move, which in this match does nothing. And then she gets shoved over the top rope and then gets eliminated. Nia Jax is nobody to blame but herself. Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch were the final 2. They battled on the apron until Morgan hit a code breaker, but Lynch managed to stay on the apron. Most of the battle here took place on the apron. They tried to make it, epic. Who's going to win it? Cliffhanger moment. Morgan tried for an oblivion, but Becky Lynch countered into a manhandle slam, knocking Morgan out of the ring, and that was enough. Becky Lynch wins the Women's World Championship. Crowd popped. Becky's music hit. She is now a 7-time world champion. So when they went to the apron, Lynch actually went over the middle rope, not the top rope. So it wouldn't have mattered if she got knocked out anyway. So Lynch celebrated in the crowd, and one kid managed to get a selfie, and Becky Lynch was hugging fans in the crowd that let this go on for a while to show that Becky Lynch is now the leader of this women's division. Fireworks went off, and Monday Night Raw went off the air. This was an absolute waste of an episode. Did they forward some things and kind of bring you in a direction of where things could be headed? Sure. Sure they did. Chad Gable's promo was great. I'm very excited about where Chad Gable's going as a heel. What's going to happen with Imperium? Is Gunther going to lead a new Imperium? Is he going to form a new Imperium? Is Ilya Dragunov in the draft going to join Imperium? Is Ilya Dragunov going to back Giovanni Vinci and continue his rivalry with Gunther? What's going to happen with Kaiser and Vinci as solo acts? Jey Uso and Damian Priest got their world championship coming up. I'm more interested in Jacob Fatu obliterating Jey Uso at the pay-per-view. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, what's going on with them? Are they going to be disbanded as a tag team? Is Tommaso Ciampa going heel? Are they going to end up on SmackDown together? Who knows? A couple of questions. They forwarded some things, left some things open-ended going into the draft on Friday, but all in all, I thought this was a sloppy show. I thought this was a complete throwaway show. I did. As far as Becky Lynch winning the championship, WWE is going with their safe choice. They are. Becky Lynch is their safe choice. Does it make sense for Becky to win the championship? No. No. But I honestly think as many people out there that hate me, JD hates the women. JD doesn't know what he's talking about. JD has terrible takes. I don't, and I don't. I want you to understand something. Yes, WWE went with the safe choice in Becky Lynch, but what does it do for Liv Morgan to win a battle royal? Nothing. Yeah, she would have become the women's world champion. Sure. But Rhea Ripley isn't coming back next week, next month, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 4 months from now. She might not even be back by SummerSlam. There's plenty of time. We got all summer for Liv Morgan to win the championship. In my eyes, it would be beneficial, more beneficial, for Liv Morgan to get Becky Lynch in a one-on-one match and get her revenge win back over the last time they wrestled, where Becky won. And Liv gets the last laugh, beats Becky this time, gets her win back, and wins the championship. It is more beneficial for Liv to win a one-on-one match and win the title from Becky than win it in a throwaway, nothing battle royal, where Becky was already beaten up and weakened and made to look like a complete fucking underdog in there. So please, don't be upset. WWE knows the story with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. It makes all the sense in the world for Rhea Ripley to come back and win the title from Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan will be a transitional champion of sorts. Rhea will come back and win the championship that she never lost because WWE was never going to take that championship off of Rhea Ripley anyway. She was more than likely going to hold that championship into next year's WrestleMania. She was absolutely going to go on a Gunther-like reign. So when it comes to that, I'm going to let it play out. This Monday Night Raw was the drizzling shits. Thank you guys for all of your supports. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. We're going to get into the Super Chats in just a little bit. Once again, programming note. Tomorrow, Tuesday Night Titans, episode 45. I got my guy, Sir Wilkins, who will be on the show. He will be joining me in the first guest host spot. So make sure you guys tune in, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. It is going to be an entertaining show, to say the least. Make sure you guys follow me on social media, at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go and check out all of the other content on the channel. There is plenty of it, including last night's AEW Dynasty post with Jesse and I. Go check that out if you're into that type of thing. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And please continue to get those super chats in. We're going to hang out in just a moment. Tonight's show is sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. All you have to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling, and you will get Blue Chew on me for free. Cody finished his story. Why can't you? Blue Chew is a unique online service that provides the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it comes in a chewable tablet, and it comes at the fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night. Plan whenever the opportunity arises. And the process is very simple. You're going to sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their online licensed medical providers, and once you guys are approved, you're going to receive your prescription within days. No questions asked. And it's all done online. No visits to the pharmacy, no waiting in line, no awkward visits at the doctor's office, no talking to people you don't know. It's all done online. Boom. And the best part? It's shipped directly to you immediately in a very discreet package. So why not go and get that extra confidence like Cody had the confidence with Seth Rollins and Jey Uso backing him up and The Undertaker backing him up. He had the confidence to beat Roman. Why can't you have the confidence when it counts in the bedroom? BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. All you have to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. Good Monday, JD. Hope you have a great weekend, bro. Weekend was boring, Michael, but thank you. Cody Snyder with 24 months. That gold mic looks awesome next to my name, in my opinion. Yesterday marked 2 years. The Codys getting their gold this month. Oh, yeah, there you go. Look at that. OTS for life. Thank you, Cody Snyder. Cody got his gold 2 weeks ago, and Cody Snyder got his gold microphone tonight. Awesome. Indus Shear with a $2 super chat. Liv Morgan sucks. I can understand why people don't like Liv Morgan. I get it. WrestleMess with a $4.99. Becky was the right decision. If she's a transitional champ, she won't be hurt by dropping it right after the draft to someone arriving from SmackDown. Or it could be Liv Morgan. DX Tricksters with 34 months. I can't believe that I'm saying this, but I'd rather have Nia Jax win over Becky Lynch. WWE took the easy way out. Again, such a shame. You know what, man? I'm going to agree with you. I probably would have chosen Nia Jax over Becky Lynch as well. At least it would have been something different. And let's be honest. Nia's put in the work. She has. Chris Leon with a 22 months. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Backlash is in 2 weeks and only 2 matches announced so far. Kind of lame. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, man. It is a complete throwaway show. Honestly, it's a throwaway show. The whole spectacle of it is that WWE is going overseas to France. That's it. Zayfei with a 199. JD tripping. Raw focused on building everyone. 8 out of 10. No, this was not an 8 out of 10 show. You guys are absolutely fucking mental, man. This was an 8 out of 10 show. This was a 4 out of 10. 4.5 out of 10. Craig Dubs with a 199. The women's battle royal was like an intramural game of tag. Yeah, it was fucking sloppy. Thomas Malloy with 19 months. Cheers to 19 months and many more to come. You deserve everything you've earned with what you've built and the hard work that came with it. Cheers. Thank you, Thomas. I really appreciate that, man. Lauren with a $2 super chat. Gunther, King of the Ring, hoping Charlotte won't go after Becky. Me neither. Kendra Moore with a $100 super chat. Kendra, thank you so much. No one says it better. Thank you, JD. Kendra. Comment of the evening. Comic Things with a $4.99. No Rhea, Rock, Rollins, Roman, Cody, Bayley, Sammy, Becky, Priest, and Paul. Supposed to carry us through. Gonna be a tough couple of months. I trust Triple H. Love you, JD. Danny Sanchez with a $1.99. New Day, same old shit with the WWE. Shaking my head. Yeah, it was not good. True Crime Cult with the new membership. True Crime, thank you, brother. What the fuck are you drinking? Underwear Beast with 17 months. Sheamus turned heel and teams with Drew and then destroys the tag team champions in their brand. Thoughts? OTS for life. Love you, brother. Keep doing you. No. Drew is going to win the world championship. Raw was not a 7 out of 5. A 7.5 out of 10. Fuck out of here. You guys are being way overly generous for a fucking show that was piss poor. And then Kendra Moore, with a different account, becomes a new member. Kendra, thank you. True Crime Cult with a $5 super chat. Keep up the great work. Would rather have had Shayna or Zoe win the title. No. Sorry, brother. Neither of those women are championship worthy, and they are ice cold. Hikarusuki with a $5 super chat. Went to my first WWE show and enjoyed myself. How did the crowd sound? Anyways, thank you for being my tribal chief for wrestling. God bless you, JD. Brother, I'm sorry. The crowd came off awful on TV. Awful. Very quiet, very dull, very bland, very unexcited, very unenergetic. True Crime Cult with a $10 super chat. Longtime viewer would rather have seen Zoe or Shannon in Final 3 instead of what we got. Rock on, JD. Thank you, True Crime. Vinny with a $1.99. Priest has always been shit on the microphone. Not when he's a heel and he's animated and he's yelling and he's boisterous. Fallen Exposure with a $2 super chat. No one will survive. GMCU with a $5 super chat. That Damian Priest segment gave me Roman Reigns 2015 vibes. That was awful. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Sarit Mohanty with a super chat. 2 of them. How about Raj Giri or Matt Morgan as a permanent co-host for TNT? Both are great, and either one among these would be a great addition for TNT and can debate well. Sarit, no. Matt Morgan's microphone is a fucking iPhone, and he sounds terrible. And Raj, no. Love Raj, but no. I don't know where you've been, Sarit. I already told you fucking countless times. I already have found a co-host for TNT. Where have you been?
The new co-host will debut on May 7th. I've already determined who the next co-host will be. It is neither going to be Raj Giri or Matt Morgan. And he also says, breaking up Imperium is a way for Kaiser to get a singles run, maybe as IC champion at Bash at Berlin, as he's the only German in WWE, and this is a great way to establish him as a top single star. Thank you, Sir Red. Andy Suppers with a $2 super chat. Yes, we need the Creeds and Gable in a faction. Yes, we do. E.J. Garcia with a $10 super chat. You the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Thanks for the review. Thank you, E.J. I know we got a Bret Hart reference tonight on commentary by Pat McAfee, where he uttered those same words. VR with a $5 super chat. Escobar came out, and the arena turned into a library. Where do they go from here? Where do they go, VR? How about stop feuding Legato with LWO? That's a start. Ricardo Lino with a $5 super chat. Did I hear Pat McAfee say tonight we're going to need a bigger boat? Did he? You know, by hour 3, I try and tune most of what he says out. He's good in small spurts. He's not good over a 3-hour show. Triple M with a $2 super chat. Can't get ALH recom and... Oh, you can't get an ALH recombination mountaintop. I'm sleep deprived. Brother, let me tell you something, man. I have run at least... I can't even begin to tell you, man. I've had to at least get 100... In the last 3 days, 100 mountaintop drops. Legendary Onslaught. The best one I got was Implosion Rounds. I got 2 rolls. I got one with Overflow recombination and Ambitious Assassin and recombination. I cannot get auto loading and recombination to save my fucking life. I don't know what to do. I'm about to give up. I also can't get a Midnight Coup. I can't get Firefly and One for All to drop. Can't do it. I got Firefly Frenzy. I got fucking Explosive Payload and Frenzy. I can't get it. Can't get it. I don't know what to do. Oh, drop rates are changing tomorrow, huh? Okay. Ricardo with a $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. Triple M, thank you, man. Lauren with a 2. Any picks for the draft? Yeah, I hope they actually make it into a real sports-like presentation, unlike years prior. That's all I care for. Yeah, I got a God roll. I got firing line and what is that fucking perk? Reconstruction and firing line I got on the Succession. Otis, 28 months. Gunther winning King of the Ring is the way to go, but who wins Queen of the Ring? It's a good question. Gerald Davis with a $10 super chat. Aloha from Hawaii, JD. I love your work. And for that, I tune in for the last 3 years. My question to you, does Kaiser remind you of WCW legend Alex Wright? Very close. I could see this. I can see the correlation there, Gerald. I could see it. And Marquise Williams with a $4.99 off the wall question. Do you think Booker T should have won the match against Triple H? Was just watching the Reign of Terror doc on YouTube. I am going to say yes. Yes to that question. Guys, I'm getting out of here. And speaking of Destiny, I'm going to hop on and do some Legend Onslaught. Thank you guys for all your support tonight. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications and make sure you guys go and check out all the other videos on the channel. Plenty of it. I'll be live tomorrow night with my guy Sir Wilkins on TNT episode 45 of Tuesday Night Titans. Until then, guys, I will see you all tomorrow night in the venue.